Unit 12. Lesson 2. Nature's Food Chain. The critically acclaimed 2017 South Korean movie Okja is a story about humans and farm animals. The film explores the relationship between a simple farm girl and a genetically modified super pig that is created by a large corporation. The corporation calls the livestock experiment a success and says it is environmentally safe and ethically sound. Throughout the movie, a different and darker reality is revealed about the company. The film explores the troubling realities of animal labs and factory farming of livestock. Okja is sometimes compared to the 1995 film Babe. Babe and Okja show animals as having feelings, passion, drive, and even goals just like humans do. The main human character in Okja is best friends with the pig. Here's the problem, though. These are movies, not real life. Pigs cannot talk, and the overwhelming majority of humans do not have meaningful friendships with farm animals. Babe has been called a 92-minute argument for vegetarianism. The arguments in both movies have an emotional appeal. However, they cannot stand up to arguments based on objective facts and logic. In fact, including meat in your diet is both morally acceptable and necessary for your health. The most powerful weapon vegetarians have is the undeniable cruelty of the meat industry. There is no excuse for making a living organism suffer without a clear and just reason, and there is no doubt that pigs, cows, chickens, and other animals that we eat do suffer. In factory farms, millions of animals receive abuse. These animals live short, miserable lives in tiny cages without ever seeing daylight just because it is cost-effective. This is absolutely terrible, and concern about animal cruelty is an excellent reason not to buy meat that comes from factory farms. Yet, it is not a logical reason to abandon meat products altogether, since meat can be, and is, produced ethically. Those who object to the methods of industrial agriculture can try a farmer's market or look for labels that read organic, free-range, or cruelty-free. Of course, these labels are not always accurate. Making sure they are requires some research on the shopper's part, just like it does for non-genetically modified and pesticide-free fruit and vegetable products. What about the idea that it is wrong to take a life, any life, in order to eat? Plants are also living organisms that must be raised for humans and animals to eat. In nature, there is no clear line between living things that have emotions and ones that do not. Scientists have found that plants can distinguish relatives from strangers. They cry out in response to stress by releasing a particular gas, and they grow faster when music is played to them. Apparently, there is no way for humans or other animals to avoid eating living things with feelings of some sort. Plus, plants help keep our air and water clean, control the climate, and make life on Earth possible. So one could argue that they are just as important as, if not more important than, animals. It is a scientific fact that many consumers in the food chain have evolved to eat both plants and animals. Humans belong to this category of consumers called omnivores. Omnivores can be identified by the different types of teeth they have, some of which are for slicing meat, others for smashing plant matter. Besides a few species of tiny organisms that eat minerals, all animals' diets depend on the deaths of other living things. There are even some carnivorous plants that eat insects and other small animals, like mice. It is moral to care about the lives and the suffering of animals. However, to abandon meat eating out of guilt is to take emotion too far at the expense of our health. If the title character of Babe was a normal pig, he was an omnivore, as we humans are. He ate leaves, insects, and worms. He could experience pain, much like we do. and that's reason enough to treat him in a kinder way than the typical factory farm would. But he also killed to live, just like we do. We must eat meat ethically, but we must eat meat